Bonjour. Let's actually finish this today. I've been doing a bit of work on this. I'll spawn in, give the old tour. So, oh yeah, I need to fix that. So the crane is here, normal crane. I've put this thing on the back though, so now we can go down, and then bonk maggles. So that should hopefully lock the back into place. Then we've got outriggers. These kind of don't do anything. I don't think the connection in here is really strong enough to keep it stable, but there's 4 of those, 2 on each side. There's a hard point under here, holding the piston in place. I think I need another one that can like come up and grab onto the actual boom part, or I could maybe try and hide it in the walls here and then have hard points out the very back of it, which I think might actually look a bit nicer. So yeah, and obviously I've ditched the rear axle. We've got 4 axles here, and then we've got 2 up the front on this little thing, and the main reason for that is I was playing around with this. I was coming out over, sort of extending it out sideways, and it's not going to do it now, but when I put the boom out really far, there's just too much weight out over the side. So I've got some XML rocket boosters in the back of this thing under the battery, and they weigh 6,000 mass in total. So now this whole thing should have a pretty good counterweight. You can see it's a lot of mass, so it can like rotate the whole trailer on its own. I might need to try and fix that. But this means I should be able to outstretch all the way, like without needing to rely on any outriggers or maggles or anything. But if I deploy those, it should be even more solid. Because there's so much mass on the rear now, it makes the front of this just levitate without these wheels. This thing is kind of not doing anything. It's mostly just for looks to make it seem like it's all resting on the wheels. Then this will rotate, and I'm going to get the rotation value off the pivot that's in there, and then send it back into these 2 rear axles, I think. And so the rear axles will turn based on how much is pivoted around this front piece. And I think it just looks really cool and quite unique. Compared to all the other trailers I have, it's a new design, so that's nice. Back to a big wheel. Okay, so I've got the logic to do. The logic all technically works. I think what I should do though is get a little spreader bar thing working. So this needs to be like rope anchors on a bar. I could put it down the side here maybe. Should I do that? It might be a good space for it to occupy. 1, 2, 3, something like that. It doesn't seem like it would be very big though. Here is what I propose. And then I think I'll get the old friction pad. This thing that adapts the friction pad, so a square block into a tube. And then I need to have a way to pick it up from the middle. So perhaps I can copy this one and rotate it. Yep, that'll work well. Paste that on that side and paste it on that side as well. Get the normal rocket, and I guess that's the middle. Grab some more of these. None of it wants to merge back. Okay. And maybe I need some pipes. I think I should have one of those like XML pipes through here. So probably a grey one. There you go. One long pipe. Merge those in. So with that idea, it's like you can put a rope connected to the middle one, and then you have 4 points. So for picking up that plane, I'll be able to connect the 4 ropes around the side of it, because you can only do 1 from the winch. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm wondering if I should put a hard point in here somewhere. I want to be able to reconnect this back onto the trailer when I'm done with it. Oh yes, I can use the round hard point. Why didn't I think of that? Not that one. Oh no, they're all stretched. Oh, that's so good. So I can I'll need a button. I'm kind of just setting this up so I can use it to do my airplane recovery right now. So this button will release and release. So then I can pick this up. I'll need a bunch of ropes. What I'm thinking is this front piece here can house all the ropes and equipment and stuff on it. Then we've got a spreader. Boom. I think it's all, you know, pretty much ready to go for a recovery. I just need ropes. If I put some ropes on it, I can go try it at least. What I'm thinking is like a cabinet type thing, and leave it hollow in the middle, so it's like two cabinets that are just sitting on there. I'll get this finished, but I kind of, you know, I want to go and play Korea. So I have saved that. Okay, in Korea, man, you can't park there. It costs $82,000 just for this trailer. What I'm going to do before I spawn it, very quickly, copy this 4 times, because I've got 4 outriggers. I want to make sure I can get everything connected. All the outriggers should be connected. I just don't want to have to rescue this, and then I'll need to connect the electricity because that is not connected. Maybe I should like copy them as a set. Nah, it won't matter. I need a truck, and I'm just going to use the GT2. This is an expensive spawn. There's also, I didn't put any subtat on the trailer yet, so it's just a free floating trailer at the moment. It's very heavy. Oh, what is that? Something's come off. I better return it, find out what that was. Be one of those instrument panels. Yep, there you go. 3rd time's the charm. Yeah, see, I think little cabinets there will bring the trailer height up to just below the truck without really interfering with the crane. And we've got so much reach on this crane that I don't think I need to get too close to the edge. So let's say stop here. Oh yeah, it's going to like push the truck forwards as well. Truck is here. Yes, these work. Very slow. Go down, why aren't you going down? Oh. Can they just not reach? God damn it. Let's get the back one at least reaches. If it tilts over, these things should stop it from going quickly, and I might be able to get back in time to stop it from flipping over. When I was testing it, this one was connecting. Oh no. See these tracks? They go right up into the very top. But I must have done it without symmetry on. Yeah, that's what happened. Oh well, 2 connected plus the rear is probably okay. And I probably need a ladder to get onto this. How am I going to get up here? Okay, we've got a cable, which... I don't think I need a cable. That goes to there. I can connect these ropes to each other for now. Maybe what I should do is connect more ropes, more rope anchors into this thing somewhere. It might look a bit goofy, but then it'll mean I won't have to carry so many ropes around. Oh no, getting it to like extend is going to be a real pain. I don't know why it's getting jammed. I think maybe something to do with the track position or the weight of the boom. Or even the internals in the boom's arm. Oh, and that bottom piece isn't coming out all the way. It must be too short. I shortened it up because I noticed, you know, it didn't need to extend as far as it did, so I just shortened it. Come on, extend. There we go. Oh, is my winch working? Damn it. I don't think the winch is working. Also, when I get out of the seat, when I leave the seat, it all starts to go back. Let's just connect to the battery. Yeah, I didn't connect the winch. What is all this? Oh, I didn't connect these. Maybe that's why it's... No, that can't be why it's having a fit. So... that's the signals, but the up and down is okay. And what's the speed like? 2, which is okay. So I need to connect this button to my release. Release and master. Master unlock, master unlock, master unlock. I think that distance sensor needs to connect into one of these things. Boom, distance sensor. Oh, because that's not active, so it's not sending out a signal. You can just extend these real quick, and that should be good. I'm not going to save this because it's got the truck in the way, and yeah, I'm still testing it, so I don't need to save this version necessarily. It's all self-inflicted pain. Okay, round 2. Push this button. Oh, what the heck? What's this red thing? What's happened? What's red? What the hell? What is this? Oh, wait, what is that? Why? What? What? Ah, come on, seat. Where are you? Yeah, I need a ladder for this. What is this red though? Is it a flare? Where did I get a flare from? And something keeps... Oh, the maggles are just connecting at the back. Why is there a flare? And now, come on. Extend. There we go. Yes, it's going down quite fast. Need a camera on that. So yeah, and now I can just leave it. I don't know what that glow is from though. And now we go... Let's see, I don't need them to be so long. How about 8 meters? Will that connect? Don't tell me it's too short. Yes, okay. Oof. And this can be the front one, I think. Oh my god, this is hard. This is so difficult. Yes, I got it. So this one is the back one. Last rope. Yes, okay. Let's see what you can do. I think the heater must be on in the plane as well. So I guess I'll just winch up. Oh no. What's going on? I don't think it can do it. Okay, crane's coming up. God damn it. That's too heavy. No. What if I bring the boom in? We're just sliding. Why is the plane so heavy? Okay. Well, I guess we're not doing that. That's not a very good crane, is it? The old backup plan. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Because this thing can't auto hover. Should I just quickly try and add an auto hover to this? What you need is an altimeter. Slap that on there. Then you want a keypad. Today. Oh, what is all this crap? Today we're going to learn about altitude hold. Altitude hold. So what you want is a dial that shows you your current altitude. Connect that to the altimeter. Then I don't know how big of a controller we need for this. So we'll just go 2x3. We need to know the altitude. This is the current altitude. Then this is the keypad. We'll say this target altitude. Then we need so you send it through to the collective, but we need like a pass through for when we're not using the altitude hold. So we need collective output, and then we need, is it on up and down, I think, is the input. And then you also want to have a button, altitude hold, so you can turn the whole system off and on. So grab a PID. I'm just going to use a normal PID because I don't particularly care. And a switch box. So when I turn the altitude hold button on, it's going to turn the PID on, and it's going to switch from the up-down signal going to the collective and the PID, which is going to be trying to figure out what altitude to sit at. The set point is the keypad, so that's the number I tell it to hold at, and the current altitude is the process variable, so the number it's going to be comparing. And for this, I can probably get away with something like 0.01 on P and then 00 I and D. So keypad, connect to the keypad. Current altitude goes into the altimeter. Collective goes into, what does collective go into? Probably into this collective. and then the up-down comes from the stabilized collective. Stabilized up-down. I need a button. Oops, okay. This is altitude hold. That goes into that button there. Connect it to electricity. I think that's everything. There are rope anchors on the bottom now. And there are some ropes. And I'm going to quickly turn down Stormworks volume because this is going to be noisy. I did not connect all of these again. Or I did not save the version that had all of those connected. UTH-66 Alt Hold. It all works. Excellent. So I need auto hover on to make the... I think you need this on to let the... No, I don't need that on. I just need that on so I don't crash. So I'm currently at 25. I'm probably going to need to go lower than that. Doors don't work. We're going backwards. So I can currently use my up and down to change my collective. You probably want like a position hold for this kind of thing as well. The wind might blow this away. We don't even know if this is going to work. So the current altitude, let's say we can probably hold at 20. Current altitude's 24 and going up, even though I said 20. So if I go like 15 maybe, do we go down? No. Why are we not going down? Oh, I need to turn the button on. Oh, 20, because I don't know what this is going to do. Okay. So the P might be too sensitive for that. .001. I think if I was going to put this into my own helicopter, I would actually make altitude hold, just hold whatever altitude I'm at when I push the button, so you'd use a memory register for that. If I set this to 30 and engage, oh man, we slam into the ground. So what if I push 50? Where are we going? Not up. What about 100? Why is this not working? What have I done wrong? 1,000? And then we go up. Okay. So 100 doesn't work, though, does it? 100 is down. And then as soon as it's disengaged, it levels itself back out. So what about 200? That's also down. What about 500? It might be to do with what the altitude is reading out. What's 400? Very quick descent. 160. As long as my rotors are all still intact, I can just keep testing this. So, like, probably like 430 or something. $440. then we're going back up. So probably, we really didn't want it to be 420, but if 420 is the right height to be at, I think I want to go down a bit lower, 410. I need to be able to hop back in the helicopter, you know. And it's going back up a little bit, so it might be like 405 is good. I could also just try and put it down on top of the plane. Okay. I need to be quick. Just stay there, helicopter. And it's getting dark as well. Oh, come back. I need a rope. No. Why am I like this? No, disconnect the... God damn it. Yes, okay, we've got one. No, I disconnected again. My mouse is too sensitive for this crap. If I even look at my scroll wheel, it'll spin up. How am I even going to get back in the helicopter? Oh, I think the helicopter's crashed. What happened to the rope? What happened to the rope? Should I just do 2 ropes and just hope it works? Come on, connect. Far out. This seaplane is actually very difficult to get on top of and stay on top of. Also, what might have happened is the PID might have stabilized at this height. So it's gone, it's oscillated up and down, up and down, up and down, and then eventually decided this is actually nearly exactly the right height that it's being told to sit at. Can I get in? Come on. I should be able to... Please don't let me die. Okay, okay. I'm going to change this to 10 so that it kind of goes up. No, it's not going up. Okay. There we go. I just turned it off and went up. Yes, the power of jet engines. This is cool. This is a good helicopter. It just needs, like, it handles really well. It just needs a little bit of tuning so that it doesn't like rotate around on its own and do silly things like that. I'm going to have to take this over to the dock because there's no way I can fly it into the hangar. This is so cool. This is so silly, but amazingly cool. I need a picture of this. This is excellent. Aren't you impressed? I'm impressed. Put my landing gear away. That's kind of cool. I don't have any way to drop this, so I'm going to have to do some more auto hover shenanigans. I mean, I can just turn the helicopter off. Well, if I go into the water, though, it's going to say too many vehicles in the zone. What I probably want to do is try and land the helicopter on the edge and then turn it off. And just have the plane kind of dangling. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, so we're at 410. I'm going to need to change this so that it doesn't, like, freak out. It freaked out. Oh, but it's actually, like, nearly exactly where I want it. Okay. Okay, I just need to disconnect the ropes, chuck the ropes in the water, because I don't care about these ropes. What good are ropes, you know, if I don't have a plane or a helicopter? Come on. Oh, I can return it. Okay. How am I going to get the helicopter, though? Oh, no. Did it let me edit the helicopter? Yes! Yes! That helicopter was about to just take off into the air. Okay, well, like, I'm really kind of disappointed about the crane being so crap, not being able to lift that, but I am really impressed with the helicopter. I need to switch gears. I need to move from trailers to helicopters. Okay, missions. So, I think I could actually work on the SAR ship. Holy crap. I didn't realize it was this expensive. 314,000. It's a big ship, but I didn't think it would be that expensive. But I'll work on it anyway. I don't need to spawn it just yet. So I was thinking it needs to, like, I kind of like this thing, but then some of the ships I was looking at, they're all a solid color around the side. And so if I go with like a red, this orange is kind of just a placeholder. So I don't know what color, but maybe like a blue. But if I want to make it a search and rescue ship, maybe it should be like red or orange. If it were, it is kind of meant to operate in the Arctic, so maybe it should be red. I just see a lot of red ships, red icebreakers, like the real big ones that are operating in the Arctic are red. And I guess that is to make them stand out against all the ice. Like it's not blue, it's not white. It's very obviously an odd color for the area. Also, all of these door things are at the wrong height. All of these, they need to go down one. What do you think? Go red? Then maybe the whole front section needs to be red as well. Maybe I can't do this piece, this wedge grey. But then if this is all red, what color would I make the bottom of the hull? Because that would usually be a red color. Is this just all got to be red now? Something like that. But yeah, the bottom would have to be a different color. Maybe the bottom is blue or something. Like invert the normal colors where red would be on the top and then sort of the color would be on the bottom. Okay, so anyway, the thing I think I can get working today is the stabilizer. Maybe I should put the tilt sensor on the outside so you can see it. Maybe I'll put 2 just so it looks symmetrical. But I am only going to use this one that's facing to the left. I don't know what heaps of this stuff is anymore. So I'm going to separate my roll and pitch stabilization on this ship out. I'm connecting this to active stabilizers, but I want the active stabilizers to like always be on, even when I spawn it. So I'm going to connect to the battery as another input. This way I can check if the battery is charged, and if the battery has enough charge, then run the stabilizers. So I kind of already know what values I need for the PID. It is 40p and 100d. I don't know why this works. It always seems to work on my boats, so I just keep doing it. So the set point, actually I'll set the set point. Usually you don't need to because I want it to be 0, as in no roll left or right. Then the roll tilt sensor is the process variable. And then I'm going to use a threshold gate. So if the battery is between 0.2 and 1, then this is going to be active. I might also add another switch in here, an override, in case there's some kind of situation where the battery it's draining can't be charged because like a pipe is broken or something, but I know I can make it back to somewhere with that extra 20% charge. Then you get a switch box and a function, and the function is -x. And the reverse input is what changes the switch box. So when the PID is on, it goes into the off value, and when reverse is off, then the normal PID activates. When reverse is on, we get the inverted number, and so that's to stop us from flipping when we go backwards. I actually don't know if I need that. I know I need it for a pitch stabilizer, but I don't know if I need it for a roll stabilizer. My brain is fried. Okay, so number 1 is my reverse key. Then the roll tilt sensor is this one that's facing to the left. The roll stabilizer will be the 2 fins on the sides, and then these 3 tracks in here. Yeah, and 3 more down here. So there's just a massive line of barrels that goes all the way. What else? The battery. We've only got one big old battery. Charge. I don't know if I showed anyone this. Have I shown you guys this? So the battery and the generator I've put inside that tank, and I've had to move the tank and stuff. I need to go and check. I'm going to give you a new tour, but I don't know if I've showed you this before. I'll leave this open for now, so when I come down here I can show you. This is a reverse microcontroller, so we have reverse input, and then deflectors. All the deflectors need to change, so I can just change them all with one output. We have a switch box. We have constant number. So I'm guessing it's 1. So it's tilting a little bit forwards because the weight along the length of the ship isn't balanced, but you can see already we're not really rolling anymore. It was rolling pretty hard. It could maybe do with a bit of tuning, but the barrels in the bottom are now moving across. So you can sort of hear them. I think maybe those settings are actually a bit rubbish for this. If I go into no clip, down, 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 here it is. Zhoosh. So it's going back to the other side. And now it's going to the other side. Yeah, this is oscillating too much. I wonder what settings I actually used for this. It's definitely not this. But I'll give you a quick tour of the engine room because I changed it up. I don't know why that's grey, but that kind of looks cool. So instead of only 4 pistons, I've got 10. So I took the 4, I added another one on, and then I decided, you know what, I should just add a whole nother bank. And I've got this little button here which opens the gate, so you can get down and repair anything in there. I think I need stairs or something. I don't want to put a ladder because it's really short, but stairs would be okay. Little staircase to get down to here, and this tank is now hosting the battery and a generator which is connected to this clutch to clutch. I'm using these modular clutches in a flywheel so that I can get a more linear application of clutch pressure. The old clutches don't even engage until you're at 0.3, so they're kind of crap. And then we can come up here. This is going to be left a bit wider, and I might put a workbench or something along here. I still want to put all the microcontrollers in a control system on this side. And otherwise it's all still the same, I think, but there might be some more pumps around the place. And let's try and figure out what's up with this roll stabilizer. Reverse roll stab. I think the, what is it, set point is 0. Roll is the tilt sensor. It could just be that I don't need such high settings for this boat or this ship. So I've changed it to 0.01. I had it working the other day, but I don't think I saved the version with the controller on it. But yeah, I put something, I think I connected just an electric motor to this jet fan thing. So now as soon as you start the boilers, this fan starts going, but it only maxes out at like 1 RPS. I don't think it goes any faster than that. That's just for a little bit of noise and a little bit of motion. I like having things that move around on your ships and vehicles. I think it adds a lot of interesting things to look at and interact with. And while I'm down here, I'll go down and have a look at the stabilizer again. So these 3 barrels that I'm looking at right now are static in the keel, and they run the whole length of the boat. And then the 3 barrels above it are the roll stabilizer. So they don't even look like they've moved. See that? They've moved ever so slightly. But what's likely to happen is that I can turn now without rolling the ship. Can I see the stabilizer? Is it moving at all? It's not moving at all. I had this dialed in really well the other day. It might be 0.1. Why is it not moving? Okay, we are moving, and if I turn... No! No! What the hell? Because I've connected it to this battery thing, that could be what's just like the PID could just not be working at all. So if I just add a constant number, I can get rid of this reverse because I'm pretty sure that's not needed. Double check that this is connected to the right one. Yes. And this should be connected to 3, 2, 2, 3. So it's connected to the fins, and it's connected to that big line of barrels down the middle. The thing is, I should be able to see it moving straight away because the boat is not balanced. It's not moving. It's not moving. So the settings on my existing roll stabilizer, 40p, 100i. Let's just try that with a constant on. Oh yeah, see it's moving now. It might be a little bit crazy. It looks like it is a little bit crazy. It's very crazy. It's like it's going all the way too quickly and then running all the way back. So then, let's learn how to tune a PID. So I have a tutorial that I'm working on right now for how to build the system, as in how to build the microcontroller. And then I'm going to do another tutorial just how to tune the system. Get rid of that battery node. So I've got P, number input, and D, number input. I think I've shown how to do this before. PID, get the advanced PID, turn it on. The set point is 0. The process variable is the tilt sensor. We've got derivative gain and proportional gain. And then get rid of all the old stuff because, you know, don't need any of that right now. Connect this to the keypad P and to the keypad D. I quite like this red. Maybe if I do the bottom yellow or do I just make it all red? So to begin with, I'm going to start with 1p. I probably set it to 1p and that's what it needed. It should actually like stabilize while I'm just sitting here. I should have put a... What would I put? Just like a dial that has a minimum of 100, negative 100 and a maximum of 100 or something. And see if it's going to zero itself out. If I use this digital display, then I can have it display all the decimal places. I want as many decimal places as possible. So we want 10p. See, even though the dial would have said 00, but with this we can tell it's oscillating a little bit. Not much. Obviously it's not moving past 0.00, like we're into the third decimal place. And it is slowing down by the look of it. Those oscillations are getting much, much smaller, and so just sitting here we might actually end up at absolute 0 and we're off. So as we're moving, now the fins on the side are also influencing this number. These fins out here. They'll move ever so slightly, and because they're on the very outsides, they have a lot of leverage over the whole ship rotating. Now the main thing to check is if it turns and it stays upright. It's not bad, it's kind of bad. It's not as bad as it was before. So to fix that, I could try possibly a more aggressive P. It seems like it might be rolling a little bit less, maybe even more aggressive, 50. Yeah, so now it's even less. What if I go even more aggressive, 75? Very minimal. It's only rolling a tiny little bit. And you can see there's a lot of rotation on these fins. And where is the barrels? The barrels are all the way over to one side. But I am turning right. I'm doing a hard right turn. So the PID's working a little bit harder because that number's much more aggressive, but it's still maintaining below, basically in the third decimal place. And once it gets, well, you could do a little bit of D. D is like slowing it down. So you can see it like it flies off, and then the D is going to stop it from, it's basically, P is how quickly you're accelerating towards the target from whatever we're currently at. And then D is it's slowing down as it gets closer to the target. So if you have no D, you often will overshoot your target and then have to come backwards. But with some D, you can slow down before you get to the target, and then you can kind of wiggle around in that little spot. So yeah, 1D is doing okay. What about 10D? It's like we're dealing with numbers that are kind of not noticeable anymore. How about a bunch of wind? Because this is where the wind is going to want to push me over completely. So I'm driving perpendicular to the wind right now. That little wind sensor is facing basically sideways. And we're still pretty upright. So this is a mixture of the weight and the fins. So the weight isn't doing too much work. You can kind of see it. It's off to the side, but it's not all the way over to one side. It's kind of managing where it is. It's probably the fins doing a lot of the work because we're in motion. If I stop, this will be a good test. So I'm stopped completely sideways into the wind. And we're getting pushed over. I would say that's not bad though, for a ship that's stopped in full wind. And then as soon as we start moving again, it corrects itself. So yeah, so I've got a P of 75 and a D of 10. I might need to change this a bit later as I get heavier or lighter, and I might also need to do some changes onto the fluid jets, but generally I think it's a good setting to sort of start at. So this is how I want it to ride when it's finished. To be just a little bit sort of so that black line is above the water line. And that means that the water jets are kind of only just coming out of the water sometimes, but they were always able to suck in fluid from the bottom. So I'll take it back to the workbench. So yeah, it looks like perhaps this ship isn't viable yet for career mode, just because of the cost. It is like working technically, so if I had the money I could probably deploy it. I think instead what I need to focus on is an actual medium-sized boat or a seaplane. I think the seaplane, if I had a seaplane that was reliable and able to complete a whole bunch of different missions, then I think that would be the way to earn a lot of money. Or maybe even the helicopter. I think I'll have a look at a seaplane though. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.